Skills and knowledge are the driving forces of economic growth and social development. In spite of the rate of unemployment, harnessing Nigeria's young demography through appropriate skill development efforts is the thrust of the federal government's N-Power program. But how much effect has that had in addressing unemployment in the country? My guest this week talks about the impact of the N-Power program. Hello there, welcome to Dateline Abuja. I'm Gloria Umezuki. The Federal Capital Territory Authority is insisting on the ban on rock blasting and mining activities in the nation's capital. The ban was put in place following the tremor that rocked the Pape and Maitama areas of the city last year. We have a story on rock breaking in Abuja. In our interview segment, however, we'll look at the N-Power scheme. But first, what are the stories that made headlines within the week in the nation's capital?
I have to take a picture of Mr. President. I'm always
The Deputy President of the Senate, Senator Ovi Omoagege, had a closed-door meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari, his first visit after his election into office. After the meeting, Senator Omoagege spoke on the security situation in the country, noting that the Senate is not happy about it. President Muhammadu Buhari has accused those politicizing isolated cases of insecurity in the country of being unpatriotic, as he restated his plans to go tough on corruption. He stated this when he received the national executive of the Buhari campaign organization at the State House.
Every country in the world has security challenges. While we have made significant progress in the fight against terrorism, we acknowledge there are also new and emerging challenges of kidnapping and banditry. I assure you and Nigerians that we will not relent in our efforts to secure the country from criminal activities.
Meanwhile, the president also received the leadership of Nigerian Medical Association, who paid him a courtesy visit to congratulate him on some of his achievements. However, they had some concerns.
In recent time, we have had a lot of security challenges. Kidnapping has come up, and everybody knows that where there is no security, development and health cannot work properly. We have also told him on some of the agenda that he should see in prioritizing health. And majorly, we have said that the primary health care centers should be supported as they have been doing.
President Muhammadu Buhari had a closed-door meeting with the President of the Senate, Senator Ahmed Lawan, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila. Addressing State House correspondents, Senator Lawan expressed confidence that the 2020 appropriation bill will not suffer a setback as a result of the delay in the submission of the list of ministerial nominees.
Well, I think there's nothing to worry us deeply. The budget itself is normally prepared by civil servants. The permanent secretaries, superintendent, and the directors do the work most of the time. I believe that we are still on course. And I believe that both the executive and the legislature are on the same page on this. We all desire and are prepared and determined to ensure that we pass the budget by the first or second week of December, by the grace of God, provided it is presented to us in September, end of September. We are going to collaborate and cooperate with the executive arm of government, work together to ensure that we find better approaches, improved paradigm to ensure that the current situation is addressed properly.
President Muhammadu Buhari says he will leave no stone unturned in his bid to create jobs for Nigerians. Addressing the leadership of the Nigerian Employers Consultative Association at the State House, the president said unnecessary importations into the country will be stopped in order to bring back jobs for Nigerians.
Nigeria is a blessed country. with abundant resources. We have all it takes locally to meet our most basic needs. Our history of unnecessary importation of the most basic items meant we were exporting jobs to other countries at the expense of our own citizens. This administration is determined and taking steps to bring these jobs back to Nigeria.
The Senate has confirmed the appointment of Justice Ibrahim Tanko Muhammad as the Chief Justice of Nigeria. During the screening, senators asked questions on corruption, administration of criminal justice, and the poor funding of the judiciary for over 90 minutes.
Will the Senate approve the confirmation of the nomination of Honorable Justice Ibrahim Tanko Muhammad for appointment as the Chief Justice of Nigeria? Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
President Muhammadu Buhari opened the 16th ordinary session of the Committee of Intelligence and Security Services of Africa by calling on African intelligence agencies to develop actionable strategies to stem illicit financial outflows from the continent and ensure that terrorists are denied access to financial systems of governments.
African countries lose over 60 billion United States dollars annually due to illicit financial outflows, a staggering amount for a continent in dire need of developmental finance. I therefore urge you to develop a template of risk factors and actionable strategies to stem the flow of illicit funds from our continent.
The Oni of Ife, Obade Ogulese, has raised an alarm over the security challenge in the country, declaring that the Southwest does not want war. Oba Ogulese made this known after a meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari at the State House. President Muhammadu Buhari says he remained committed to a safe Nigeria and will deliver fully all promises made. He said this when he met the leadership of the BMO Dynamic Group in the State House.
Our vision for change is to have a safe and secure country for our citizens, a vibrant and inclusive economy that provides jobs and livelihood for our young and energetic population.